going on, everybody? This is Joe.
And Amy.
We are Geek for All, and if you're not familiar with some of the things that we do around here, one of the things that we do every Thursday, or almost every Thursday, is we have our series called JAR, and JAR stands for Joe.
And Amy.
Review. You get it twice, you're welcome. And what we typically do with that show is we review the Magic the Gathering stories. So, as you can see here, we're on the computer, and typically we're not on the computer for that. We're in front of our jar set, and you can like see our faces and stuff. But this time, they released this thing called Kamigawa, a visual novel. Now, I know very little to nothing about this. I saw like the 2-second clip that they advertised on Facebook or whatever as I was scrolling past it. I clicked the link. It's free, and so I downloaded it, and now I'm going to play it.
We're going to do it.
So
it's a doing thing.
Yes, that's right. But I have no idea whatsoever what this is, but it seems like Vorthos content, and if nothing else, what we are here to do is show off our
hashtag Vorthos Pride.
That's right. So hopefully this is good. Like I said, I have no knowledge of it whatsoever. Kamigawa Neon Dynasty out now, and we have some pre-release content up on the channel. We have done 4 jars already on this, on Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, so at the time of recording. So definitely stay tuned for more of that. Stay tuned for more openings, etc. Don't forget while you're here to subscribe and ring that bell, and you will get notifications whenever any of our videos come out, including our streams every Monday from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, where we will be playing Kamigawa Neon Dynasty on MTG Arena. As well as every Friday, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern, where we play other random video games. Right now, we are playing through, and we just started last week, X-Men Legends 2. So definitely stay tuned for more of that. But without further ado, let's check this thing out. You ready?
Okay.
I have no idea what to expect, but I'm
Neither
excited.
do I. Yeah. But I usually never do when we record any games.
That's true.
So
check out Video Games for All, link down in the description box below, where I take Amy through a lot of different classic video games. Super Mario 64, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, more modern things like Detroit Become Human, etc. So definitely check that stuff out.
Final Fantasy VII, Pokemon.
Oh yeah, all the Pokemon games. We're currently going through Silver, so we went through Red, now Silver. But yeah, that channel linked down in the description box below. You can sub and ring the bell there too.
Yeah.
Play.
It's a trick.
Yeah. Haha! You have a virus now. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I forgot to turn our speakers off. I was using those before. Okay. Wow.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, very cool. Find out more about Kamigawa. Okay, so this is an actual link, so this would probably take you to information about like the cards and the set and everything. I guess we just change up our preferences and stuff. Full screen, thank you. Roll back side. I have no idea what any of that is.
I don't either. I can't help you.
Text speed, auto forward time. Voice volume, sound volume. This all seems fine, I guess, because I have no idea what to expect. The language seems to be in English, so I think I'm okay. Are you ready to start? All right. The insides of the mech rattle as you plow through the latest patch of cloud. The fiery glow of Sokenzen-shi grows closer. Wow. Moth riders flanking either side of your mech serve to remind you just how unwelcome your visit here will be. Toma looks around and tuts. You'd think we were coming in as an invasion force, not a gate construction crew. You nod in response, the knot in your stomach tightening. Out here we may as well be. At least this should be an easy job, or you think all this is necessary?
Let's say out here we may as well be.
Toma grins. Such a grim outlook you have on life. He laughs. It sounds forced. The mech starts its descent. After a few moments of stomach-churning inertia, you feel its feet make contact with the ground. Here we go, then. You exit the mech with Toma. Whoa.
Is that what we look like?
No.
Oh.
An Imperial samurai garbed in similar armor to your own approaches.
Okay, so we kind of look like that.
Yeah, at least our outfit does, but not this like weird mask thing. Imperial samurai. Identifications, please. The mech and moth riders aren't enough? All arrivals must be confirmed. The cold, matter-of-fact tone of the samurai's voice tells you that there's no negotiating this. Toma pulls up his hologram ID from his wrist display module. The samurai looks it over and then ushers him along. Next. He motions you over. You follow protocol and display your own ID. He checks it over. The name on your ID reads... Here we go, Amy. What's our name?
Oh, no. I guess we can be like the man with the yellow hat, like from Curious George.
Sure.
In case our hat is the same as this man's hat.
You got it. Oh, man, that's funny. Okay. The man with the yellow hat. The samurai continues to study your ID. Is there a problem? I'd say take a picture, but it's already on my ID. Or what's the situation here like?
Is there a problem?
He looks you up and down. Just being thorough. Whoops, sorry. The samurai waves you and Toma through. Next.
I love all of these backgrounds. They're all like pencil drawn and painted by hand, it looks like.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Come, we need to get a move on. The two of you leave Sokenzenshi's landing pad and make your way through the cold streets. The artisans and tinkerers who make up the populace of Sokenzenshi take notice of you and Toma. Speaking of feeling very out of place, I just want to let everybody know I am doing my best at all times, to be honest, with any pronunciations. If I get something wrong and you'd like to try to, like, phonetically put it for me in the comments down below, I would really appreciate it.
Yeah.
If you have knowledge, because I'm doing my best. If I do make a mistake, I do apologize. It is not intentional. I just, I try. They point in your direction and murmur amongst themselves. Some close up their shops as you pass. Wow.
Oh.
Okay. Keep your wits about you. He eyes the pointed rooftops nervously.
That music drop was like awesome.
Very cool. The Hisaku uprisers might feel safe enough here to ambush us. You fear them? Aren't these mountains ours, or the Hisaku don't bother me?
You fear them?
Fear them? Of course I do. Any smart person would. Knowing fear and acting on it are two different things, though. The man with the yellow hat. God, that's gonna be real weird.
I love this staff that he's got.
Oh, I thought it was it looks sharpened, so I thought it was
or like kind of a spear.
Yeah, like
sort
a
of
pike,
thing.
a pike thing.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really cool looking. Very cool looking. So yeah, don't forget that. He sighs. Keep in mind that Sokenzenshi is the Hisaku's main base. You'll find no love for us from the locals. They see themselves as being one slight away from turning traitor. Can you blame them? We'll exterminate the Hisaku soon enough, or our superior tech will be their downfall. Wow.
Can you blame them?
Yeah, that's like the most tame one. These make us seem like a villain. That's not a good sign.
I feel like I'm always picking the top one.
Yeah, I've noticed the same. Toma stops and fixes you with a hard stare. Careful. You're lucky it's just me who heard that. Do you want to be executed for treason?
I mean, obviously not, dude.
A cloud of steam billows out from a nearby forge and blankets the street ahead of you. We have to keep this place in line. If we lose it, we lose the industrial heart of our empire.
That wouldn't be good.
No. Perhaps easing the reins would help? We've always been too soft on the people here. Or could we not look to the Kindai as replacements?
As
That's what it says. As replacements for the people that we were just talking about, the Reckoners or whatever. Not the Reckoners, that's the other group from the actual stories. But
Perhaps easing the reins would help.
he tuts.
Yeah, he likes tutting.
Well, yeah, I think it's because we are, like, oppressing these people, basically.
Yes, I understand. Which is why I said we should ease up.
Yeah. Do you really think it's compassion these people respect? No. They're simple-minded, focused purely on their craft and the strength that comes with it. So is it strength they respect? That's the first time we've actually spoken, I think.
Oh.
Of course. Why do you think they haven't fully rebelled yet? They think
They
the
wouldn't need to rebel if we showed them compassion.
They know the Hisaku are not capable of outright war. You're crossing one of the many small steel buildings that dot the central frozen river when a teenage boy, busy looking at some wrist hologram, barges into Toma. Yeah, wrist hologram, aka his cell phone. Ah! Watch it, you little urchin! He raises the back of his hand, clearly intending to strike.
What do we do?
I think we're the bad guys, Amy. Have we
What do we
considered
do?
this? I mean, I'm sure it'll give you an option.
Options.
Grab his wrist, allow him to slap the boy, or distract them both with your hologram.
Hologram.
You pull out your wrist hologram. The vibrant display illuminates both Toma's and the teenager's face. Toma's hand stays motionless. I think this young man's display is somehow better than my own. The picture is clearer. Toma drops his arm. What are you doing? It might be worth seeing where he got that and securing some for ourselves. Toma shakes his head. He looks down at the boy. Be more vigilant. No, get out of here. The teenager bows several times and then runs off. Just as I was saying, there's no respect for us here. I doubt a Hisaku would be so rudely jostled. Calm, Toma. Let's just hurry over to the merge. He sighs. Okay. You carry on walking. As you pass a shop selling intricately detailed molds of Kyodai and other renowned kami, Toma stops and looks at you. You know, I wonder what the locals think when they see you. What do you mean? You're talking about my kami? Or rude?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. He gestures at the three...
I was really hoping he'd tell us.
He does. He gestures at the 3 ethereal floating iron weights that flit around you.
Oh, shit.
My bonded kami. The kami of oppression. So notably, this is in a different style of text box, presumably indicating that it's our thoughts, not speech of any kind. Or, or like narrative dialogue of like describing the locations around us or whatever.
Yeah.
The kami of oppression. You and your kami must cause a stir. It'll not be every day they see a bonded imperial samurai. Even their beloved Hisaku rarely have a bonded member amongst them. Do you think it's a problem? It's not that unusual, or it'll make them think twice about fighting us.
It'll make them think twice about fighting us.
He smiles. No doubt. I suspect that's why you were assigned to this mission. You round a corner and make your way through a metal archway into a courtyard. It's lit by the stream of molten metal that pours from the forge, or a forge, in the middle.
Cool.
Whoa. What? Oh, it's the merge, that's why. I was like, holy crap. The orange glow of the metal is mixed with the unmistakable blue glow of a merge. So, for people who are unaware of the story, this is a merge point on Kamigawa, which I assume, I'm relatively certain, is a place where the kami have been coming over to our realm from the spirit realm. And it's where elaborate gates have been built in a way to welcome these kami here, even though, by all accounts, it seems like the fabric or the barrier between our realm and the spirit realm is slowly and or not so slowly weakening to the point where they're eventually going to merge together. For better or for worse, we are unclear yet, but this looks like one of these places. Several Imperial figures are already gathered around it, most being merge handlers, intercessors, and enforcers, all focused on guiding the merge on the path Kyodai has set for it. Kyodai, for folks unfamiliar, is the kind of head kami, essentially. It is the original kami that was stolen, or that was the like spawn of Okagachi, which was like the main kami. It was stolen by Lord Konda in the original Kamigawa stories, and has been around ever since, which is like thousands of years. The merge, a point where the spirit realm is colliding with the mortal. There you go. It's been drilled into you since you became a samurai, the importance of ensuring such mergings happen smoothly.
Interesting.
So, as members of the Imperial Samurai, we work for the temple that Kyodai is worshipped in and in charge of. Okay. So, we are, of course, working towards bringing over more spirits, because that would be Kyodai's MO, or at least something Kyodai would find favorable.
Okay.
Because Kyodai is in and of themselves a spirit also, or a kami also. So this is it. They weren't lying when they said it was a small merge. I didn't realize they could be so small. Imagine working on one the size of Tawashi, or even the smallest merges can become warped.
Let's say the last one here.
Someone remembers their history lessons. Your mind flashes with the imagery displayed during your training. Whole villages and towns, a warped merge in the background, with corrupted, dark kami pouring out of it like maggots from a wound.
Ew.
Real gross. Come, I see the lead handler. Let's ask her where we're meant to go. You walk over to a robed kitsune with 5 tails who is focused on a holographic projection. Again, folks who are unaware, kitsune, a fox humanoid. You recognize it as the plans for the merge gate that is to be constructed. So as I said, they construct elaborate gates to kind of help welcome the kami to our plane, so it seems like that is what is occurring here. There's the kitsune, wow. Honorable Nishi? Wait, isn't Nishi the rat person? I thought Nishi was the rat mythic from this set. The woman turns.
Maybe it was a descriptor instead of a name.
I doubt it, but maybe. The woman turns, snapped away from her hologram. Nishi. Ah, Toma, and the man with the yellow hat? You both bow. She closes her projection and reciprocates the gesture. I'm glad we have more support. I was told there'd be more of you, though. They're oh, sorry, this is us. They're offloading equipment. We were sent ahead to ensure your team was free from trouble.
Oh, okay, so she is Nishi.
That's what I'm saying.
That's her name. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, I get it now. Yeah, so she's a card, you're saying.
But as a card, the card Nishi was one of the Nizumi. Maybe I'm wrong on the name, but anyway, people can let me know in the comments. She laughs. Can one truly be free from trouble in a place like this? Have you encountered any Hisaku? Where are your other guards? Or were never truly free from trouble?
The last one again.
She studies your face quizzically. A philosopher as well as a warrior,
That I am.
Right now we need the latter more, so I hope you're prepared. Is the merge proceeding as it should? This is only a small one. Kyodai's plans for it have been minimal. The gate will ultimately end up looking like a simple shrine in the style of our dear Imperial Court. Where are we needed? I think if you... She's cut off by a howl of wind, followed by a screeching crash of metal, and a sick beat drop on this music.
But it's gonna be metal music in a minute. As opposed to this, like, synthy... whatever.
You look over to your right and see a hole blasted through the courtyard's fence. Figures clad in red garbs jump through. Hisaku! Quick, charge them, get the others to safety, or... And I thought this assignment would be boring.
I thought this assignment would be boring.
This isn't the time for arrogance. Yeah, Amy. You draw your katana and Toma levels his naginata at the intruders. That's what this is called.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah. Is it Naginta? I don't remember. I'm gonna pronounce it naginata, and I'm sure I'm wrong. But yeah, that's definitely what this is, though. Toma shouts across to you as you race toward your foes. We're the only guards here! Our superior training will shine through. Then we fight till we die, or our allies can aid us with their tech.
Let's pick the last one.
Toma engages with 2 of the Hisaku samurai, keeping them at bay with his naginata. Another samurai, clad in ill-fitting armor, rushes you. Oh. Hisaku? Die, Imperial scum! You deflect the blow from his katana, which looks badass as hell, by the way, with the edge of your own. He swings wildly again.
Does he have, like, poison on it? Or, like, acid or something?
It's hard to tell. Because there's also, like, a little bit of an accent here and here, too.
Like, maybe it has some kind of a, I don't know, weird
cultural significance or something. So this is Hisaku discipline and prowess? His katana whips toward your face. Parry and counter, dodge and strike, or use magic to shackle him.
Let's use magic to shackle him.
You focus the energy of your kami, calling upon the gifts it bestowed to you. You clench your free hand and wrench it upwards as if you were pulling a chain. Glowing hot chains erupt out of the ground and wrap around the man's wrists. Before he can react, you bring your katana down. After a moment, the man's body topples to the ground and is still.
I didn't say I wanted to kill him.
You look toward Toma. He's dispatched one of his foes and the other is badly wounded. Why aren't these Hisaku using their oversized weaponry? Something isn't right. More... What?
They aren't.
What do you mean? They aren't what?
They're imposters.
It's definitely possible, but why? What's the motive to coming? I don't disagree with you.
Diversion? Or to make us tired when the real guys come?
I don't know. It does say more assailants make their way into the courtyard.
Yeah.
One of them, a large Arachi, thank you, shoutouts to Erica. A large Arachi dressed in ninja garb charges at you. Whoa.
Oh, hell yeah. I love this guy.
Not a guy.
Oh. Yeah, because I think this is that really cool card that you gave me, no?
I don't think so, no.
No?
No.
Okay.
You notice that she's clearly bonded to some form of kami like yourself. She begins to cast something, and before you can react, roots and vines burst out of the ground and wrap around your legs.
Oh.
She's blinding me. I can't wield my kami powers. Cut the roots with your blade, throw your blade at her, or call out for Toma.
Cut the roots with your blade.
You swipe the roots with your blade, allowing you just enough time to strike at the ninja. Whoops. Sorry. I hit my scroll wheel by accident, so apparently that's how we go back if we didn't like our choice.
Nice. That's good to know.
So yes, you swipe the roots with your blade, allowing you just enough time to strike at the ninja. She dodges backwards, but trips on her own roots and falls. The roots and vines binding you fall away. Free once more, you go to finish off the ninja, but another samurai jumps in your way. With a quick slash of your katana, you drop them.
Oh, shit.
There's too many! Where's our backup? Just then, a cry goes out on the other side of the courtyard. You turn to see... Hisaku? There's no mistaking that the group now rushing into the fight are genuine Hisaku.
Knew it.
So, but I'll be curious to see if they come to help us. Since we were so bigoted against them, right? Maybe this is like a Captain Marvel situation where the things that we've been talking about being our enemies the whole time are actually going to come help.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
They wear the distinctive fractured glowing armor and wield their famed oversized weapons. Stay focused, we can win this. Good, more of them to kill. Or no, I meant our backup.
Oh. No, I meant our backup.
To your surprise, the Hisaku descend upon the first group instead of you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. The ensuing battle is a bloodbath. The Hisaku's superior weapons and armor make easy work of whoever it was you were first engaged with. You see the ninja who tried to bind you start to get up. You place a foot on her scaly chest and point your blade to her throat. Move and you die. Just kill her. No, we need to find out just what's going on after this fight is over. Doesn't look like that'll be much longer. He's drowned out by a terrible, sharp bang that comes from the merge.
Oh, shit.
Good stuff. Because we didn't have enough garbage to deal with right now. There's a bright flash of light, which just as quickly as it appeared, is then pulled back towards the merge with a churning, sucking sound. Ooh. That's a great changeover.
Yeah.
What a great... Oh, God, I love it. An appalling, foul-smelling wind whips up around you as the sky grows dim.
Somebody farted.
Right? There's so many people around here, it could have been anyone. What's happening? This isn't good, or wait, is this?
Wait, is this?
Oh no. Nishi comes running up to the two of you. The merge, it's becoming warped! Hooray. You look over to the merge and realize with horror that it's no longer a peaceful collision of the realms, but a tear in the fabric of reality. And whatever that fabric keeps at bay is about to spill out. Dread washes over you as evil-looking, writhing kami pour into the mortal realm. Wow. The kami are entering Otsushio. All eyes are on the merge. We need to contain it. Sorry, that was a terrible impression of her voice that I did earlier. Anyway, a kami, dripping like tar, flings itself toward you aggressively.
Oh, jeez.
Ah! You duck out of the way and steady yourself for the fight. A slice from your katana cuts the mass in half. To your horror, both parts now begin to converge on you, slithering up your legs.
Oh, God.
No, thank you. Get back! A void of sound begins to encircle the fight, replaced instead by a deep rumble. You see the mouths of friend and foe move, but hear nothing.
Oh, shit.
We're being taken over by Kami.
We've already merged with Kami.
Yeah, and now we're doing it more, I guess. Every warrior in the courtyard engages with the Kami, while the handlers begin to move towards the merge. Why did I say the enemy? The merge. The rumble continues with growing intensity. The handlers begin to silently chant and push back the now dull red light and foul smell. The feeling of dread slowly leaves your body as you assist with the Kami. And then, the sounds of battle return. Is it contained? Oh.
Who's this?
I don't know, but she looks badass as hell. A woman stomps towards the merge, towering above many of the other soldiers. Almost. We thank you and your warriors for your aid, Renge. Renge? Nishi's body is tense, ready to fight again should the Hisaku re-engage. Renge? The leader of the Hisaku Uprisers.
Nice.
Sounds like they're helping us. What's going on? We were ambushed by the Hisaku. The merge warped, obviously, or we're still trying to work that out.
The merge warped, obviously.
Renge narrows her eyes at you. An Imperial Samurai with a sense of humor? I'm surprised you've lasted this long.
I like her.
Toma scowls. Nishi points at you and Toma. You two, question her. Find out what's going on. Hold on, why are we trusting the Hisaku? Look around. Do we have a choice? So far, it is still just you and the man with the yellow hat here to protect this merge.
Yes.
Famed Ultimate Fighter, the man with the yellow hat.
From Curious George.
Oh my god. Well, I imagine I know what our thumbnail is going to look like if I can do it.
Yes.
If the Hisaku are willing to help like they did earlier, then let them. She turns to Renge, who's still staring at you. Renge, we are grateful for your help. Thank you for putting the merge above politics. Don't think we're doing this for the sake of it. A warped merge is too dangerous to leave in the heart of Sokenzen-shi. Please make sure to have a better handler on it from now on, eh? She bows before marching away. So I think from what I've seen from the card arts and based on what I'm looking at here as well, right, she's got her two regular human arms, and then this thing over her left shoulder, our right, her left, is an enhancement and a separate arm that can do other things like grab big stuff or hold big weapons.
How like unbalanced is that going to make her body?
I guess. But he did mention their oversized weaponry.
Yeah.
Right? So yes, she bows before marching away. We should arrest her. You underestimate her prowess, Toma? Can't believe we met the leader of the Hisaku. Or did you see her armor?
Did you see her armor?
And their weapons are a work of art. Toma shakes his head at you. Why do I always end up on assignments with you? Wow, rude. Stop your idleness. You have work to do you not? Yes, Yes, Honorable Nishi. Sorry, Honorable Nishi. You bow and make your way over to the tied-up ninja. She continues to stare at the floor as you approach. Toma begins to unsheath his tanto. I'm sure that is not how you pronounce that accented O. And so again, I do apologize. What are you doing? I'm gonna get her to talk. With that? Do you have a better idea? Give her a chance to speak, know you're right, or there has to be a better way.
Give her a chance to speak.
He cocks his head, seemingly confused. You don't have to start with violence. You can't be serious. I think it's the best strategy. He stares at you for a second as if he can't believe what he's hearing. All right, we'll try it your way. He steps forward and kneels down in front of the Urachi. You saw what happened to your friends. Tell us who you are and why you're here, and the same won't happen to you. Talking about violence rather than actual violence is a step in the right direction. I guess.
I mean, I don't think so. It's still threatening.
My name is Asuga of the Order of Hanami.
Cool.
That is cool. Little steam shapes float around her. They disappear in a puff, only to reappear elsewhere. Her yellow eyes meet yours. She's scared.
We have yellow eyes?
No.
I'm kidding.
Nice. My cell received a tip. They were told that the Imperials were going to use this new gate as some sort of bargaining chip.
This voice is really cool that you're doing.
Thank you. I mean, she's a snake person, so I try. Thank you. With who? With the Kindai Futurists, granting them unlimited access to the enhanced magic to forge new. Her eyes lower, and her tongue slips out as she hisses her words. Abominations. So, technology? You don't understand. They would have made unimaginable advancements with the help of the Sokenzen-shi artisans.
Okay.
They had to be stopped.
Did they?
You dressed like Hisaku uprisers to start a war. A merge that small shouldn't have warped like that. How did you do it? What? Or what? Yeah, because look at that face.
Yeah.
It's much more what? No, that wasn't part of the plan. Our orders were just to kill the Imperials and make sure the merge took place, free from Kyodai's influence.
So what made it warp?
We don't know.
Fighting makes it warp.
That one
Because
really...
being nice is good.
And it upsets the kami when you fight near it, I guess. That went really well for you, huh? If the Hisaku hadn't shown up, we would have crushed you under the might of our kami. Toma smirks. Please, you Hanami fools.
Wow.
Wow. You can't just be throwing around, like, statements like that, dude. That's rude. The man with the yellow hat and I... Damn it. God damn it, Amy. The man with the yellow hat and I had already killed scores of you before the upstarts arrived. Oh, God.
But it wasn't them.
She turns her head and says no more. All right, then. Come, the man with the yellow hat. I see a capture tree near the merge. Let's see if it can explain what happened to the merge. I don't know what a capture tree is, but I guess we'll find out. You sit with Toma, scanning through hologram after hologram of capture tree footage. I guess it's just like a surveillance facility.
Yeah.
Looking for images of the merge.
It's like a nanny cam.
Yeah.
It's a tree with a camera in it.
The Sokenzenshi capture tree archives are a mess. He slams his fist onto the table. In the name of Kyodai, how are we going to find anything here? Patience, Toma. You must find whoever warped them, or we must find whoever warped the merge. Are you sure about this theory? It can't be possible. Anything is possible. Are you questioning me? Or there's no harm in looking?
There's no harm in looking.
Let's just look at the capture tree footage and see if there's any anomalies. We'll kick ourselves if we miss anything. Fine, but you owe me. You both continue to scan through in silence. Ah, the courtyard. You found it. Okay, fast forward. There we are. You watch yourselves enter the courtyard and talk with Nishi. You walk funny. Shut up. Right, here come the Hanami. Wait, stop! You pause the hologram and squint at the merge. Behind the charging Hanami are two other figures.
Oh.
Their clothing appears to be made out of thousands of origami figures.
Uh-huh.
Do you see that? The shape of their uniforms and that blue glow. Kindai ninjas. You unpause the hologram. In the midst of the fight, the Kindai stay near the merge and pull out some kind of metal device and a glass container. They appear to activate it and then level it at the merge. Moments pass. The Hisaku arrive and join in the fight. Still, the Kindai remain unnoticed. Then, something appears to be pulled from the merge. What are they doing? This can't be good, or how is this possible?
What are they doing?
How should I know? I've never seen this before. A large kami can just be seen coming from the merge. It seems to be sucked into the Kindai container.
Fuck.
It's just like what happened to Kyodai.
Yeah.
Kyodai became that which was taken, and now this thing is getting sucked up as well.
Taken as well.
Yeah.
Taken
two. Thank you. Had to be done.
I love you.
Had to be done. I love you too. The moment it's inside, the container closes and the merge warps. The Kindai ninjas flee. Did they rip a kami from Kakurio? Those mad fools! How is that possible? He turns to you. We have to warn Nishi and the others immediately. The two of you race back to the courtyard. Nishi stands before you, scrutinizing the hologram. And you believe this was the work of the Kindai futurists? Without a doubt. Look at their uniforms. She looks between you and Toma. Well done. As lead handler, it's my job to make sure this remains small and contained. Nobody should know that this is possible. Aren't we going to do something about it? Not we. Just you. Us?
Fair.
Yeah, she's a little busy not letting people know that there's a problem. Us? Track down these Kindai and bring them in. We need to find out what they did to the merge. We also need to seize whatever kami they took and learn what they plan to do with it. Where do we even begin to look for them? Nishi goes to answer you when a samurai walks up and bows. Honorable Nishi, we've just had reports that a Kindai transport vessel was shot down on the outskirts of the city. Nishi's eyes go sharp as she focuses on the samurai. Oh? It refused a routine inspection and tried to flee. A mech disabled it. He sighs, but the occupants were unharmed. They managed to fight off our Imperial patrol and escaped. What direction did they go? How could they get away? Or, well, this is convenient.
It was us. No,
I thought that for like a half a second.
Yeah,
I was like,
me
are you
too.
just reporting on what we just did?
Well, this is convenient.
The samurai cocks his head at you. I don't understand. Ignore the man with the yellow hat. Don't ever do that. He has to help Curious George. You can't ignore him. George won't get the help that he needs. Exactly. Do you know which way these Kindai went? It appears they're headed to Tawashi. Of course they are. We suspect they're going to secure passage back to Otawara from there. Nishi turns to you. Well then, it looks like we have our answer. Go to Tawashi, find these Kindai, and secure that kami. In the meantime, I'll ensure the merge is still set to go ahead, and let the Imperial Court know about what's taken place here. Yes, Nishi. The three of you dip your heads at one another. You and Toma turn to make your way back to the landing pad. Our first solo mission. How are you feeling about it? I'm not sure I'm ready. It's better than guard duty, or we must be well prepared.
We must be well prepared.
Maybe we could stop and grab some technology from the armory?
Maybe some snacks at 7-Eleven.
Exactly. Get some jerky, some Gatorade for the electrolytes.
Sounds good.
Yeah. You and your technology. You have kami powers. What do you need tech for? A smart warrior never turns away a useful weapon. You prepare for your journey swiftly, knowing you have no time to lose. Renge and a tall, stocky Hisaku wielding an oversized blaster and katana stop you before you leave. I heard what happened to the merge, what the Kindai did, and what they have. How did you manage to hear that? Don't concern yourself over such details. She gestures...
The nanny cam.
Yeah, exactly.
In the tree.
She gestures to her compatriot. Whoa.
That's legit.
This is Ray. I offer their services to you. What? Ray comes from Tawashi. They know both it and its undercity well. I can also pack a mighty punch. Indeed. I think they'll be of extreme value to you. Ray would be most welcome. This is a terrible idea, or you're bold, Honorable Renge.
You're bold.
She laughs. Would I be the leader of the Hisaku if I wasn't?
Fair.
This is outrageous. The Imperial Court would have our heads for accepting such an offer. Actually, I think it's a good idea. Toma jumps at the sound of Nishi's voice behind him. She laughs and points at her large ears. I heard what you were offering, Renge. I think our two samurai here can use all the help they can get.
That's probably true.
Let me come too. You? Asuga bows while she speaks.
She blushed.
My cell is gone. They tried because of these Kindai. I'm sure they were the ones who gave us false information.
They died.
Also, I realize that the voice I'm doing for Asuga, ironic because she has used this word twice now, is just Cell's voice. And
Nice.
This is now the second time she has talked about her cell. So,
Yeah, they died.
I mean, they died because of these Kindai.
It sounded like you said they tried.
Oh, did I say tried?
Yeah. I just feel like it's a very different
It's a very good
result
point.
there.
Thank you, yes. Absolutely.
They tried, but
Yeah.
then they died.
They tried because of these Kindai. I'm sure they were the ones who gave us false information. Yeah. Okay.
have to avenge my comrades and atone for playing a hand in the warping of a precious merge.
It is precious.
Yeah. She grips all 4 of her hands hard.
This is something I need to do. My kami abilities can help you. I know it.
Okay.
She looks up directly into your face.
You bested me in combat. Now let us fight as allies.
Okay, fine.
So yes, very Dragon Ball Z, in fact. Silence falls. Let me kill this fool and be done with it.
Wow.
No, Toma. I think that Hanami is sincere. She could be a real asset to your team.
Blah, we can handle this on our own.
No thanks.
A good Imperial always uses the resources available to them. You would do well to remember that.
Yeah, that's what we've been trying to tell him this whole fucking time. Thank you.
Toma grumbles. Fine, I'll leave the decision to the man with the yellow hat. He turns to you. You know what I'd prefer? You know what I'd prefer. But what do you think we should do? We could go at this alone, but the might of the Hisaku and the knowledge of the Hanami could come in use. We'll take Rei of the Hisaku Uprisers, Asuga of the Order of Hanami. Both of them will be of help to us, or neither. We'll handle this alone.
Both of them. Yeah, we can use all the help we can get.
The 2 non-Imperials bow. All right, time to fight alongside a Hanami, or in Hanami. All I've done so far is crush you. What? What? Oh, Hanami, I guess? Like in their life, all they've done so far is crush Hanami?
I don't relish working for either you or the Imperials. It's my only chance for redemption.
I want it to be known that I hate all of this. I'm sure you won't let that be forgotten, Imperial. Right, we've wasted enough time here already. Come, let's return to the landing pad and make our way to Tawashi. As you step off the transport, the dazzling lights of Tawashi bathe you in their neon glow. I genuinely have no idea how long this game is.
Oh.
Like,
I didn't think of that.
How would I know?
If he really loves you.
Wow. So what I think I'm gonna do is, yeah. So typically these videos release, typically on Mondays when this video has come out.
Yeah.
We do product openings. And we used to do Friday videos back in the day, but then, it kind of waned a little bit. So I think what we're going to do is, I think I'm going to put our opening videos that are typically on Mondays, at least until we're done with this game, on Fridays. And then when this series is done, the opening videos will return to this time slot on Monday, and we will just have nothing on Friday after that.
Oh,
But because I talked at the beginning of this one about this being released on Monday, then we will have this one released on Monday, and the following videos from this series will continue on Mondays.
Okay.
And we'll move our regular opening videos to Fridays. But, hey, especially because in those opening videos, if you're unfamiliar, we tend to, because they're pre-release packs, I have opened more pre-release packs than anybody else here on this platform. So if that is something that you're interested in checking out, we also give away those codes in those videos. So if that's something that you want or need, definitely feel free to go check that video out those videos out for yourself, and make sure that if you want to be one of the first ones there, so that you can get that code and use it, because the code only works for one person. So the best way to do that, as I mentioned earlier, is to subscribe and ring that bell, so that you will get notifications whenever any of our videos come out. Don't forget, subscribing here on YouTube is completely free, and you can unsubscribe at any time if you don't like the things that we're putting out anymore.
Yes, and just please, if you do end up using one of those codes and it works for you, please leave in the comments that you've used it, so that other people watching the video don't then try to use it once it's already been used up.
But also we get to congratulate you and
Yes.
tell you that we hope you got good stuff, or you can brag about the stuff that you got. That's totally cool with us. So
That would be fun.
yes, so stay tuned on Friday for that video. Don't forget, as I mentioned, if you're watching this the day it comes out Monday, we stream MTG Arena tonight, where we will be playing Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Like I said, I don't know how long this game is. It's possible that like we play more of it in the future and it's like 5 more minutes and then the game's over. But based on what we're doing, I doubt it. We just had 2 new party members join our team.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're not going to be done in 5 minutes. So I think this definitely warrants another week. So I would love, 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 love to know people's thoughts down in the comments below. Did you know that this existed? Do you care now that you've watched it and watched us play through it? Do you appreciate the way that we're doing it? What have you? We would love thoughts, constructive criticism, etc. That's why we, put things on the internet.
Yeah.
So.
Tell us about the story. Tell us about art. Tell us about the music, because the music's fucking sick.
Hell yeah.
Next time we play this, I'm gonna make sure I leave my cell phone on and bring it over near here so it like hears the music and like realizes what the songs are,
Sure.
so that it remembers them, because if they're songs that I can come back and listen to another time without having to play this game, I will want to do that.
Yeah. So, hey, everybody, thank you so much for joining us for this particular video. Whatever it happens to be, I mean, this was a big surprise to us that this even existed, and I wanted to make sure to get it so that we could get this video out to all of you and so that we could check this game out for ourselves.
Yeah.
Because it seems very interesting, and like Amy said, art, music, like all of it together. It's a great way for all of you to continue to join us, even outside of JAR, as we show off our...
Hashtag Vorthos Pride.
That's right. Thank you all so very much for being here. We really hope everybody enjoyed. And for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I have been Joe.
And I'm Amy.
And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.